Welcome to Chase Your Star. I'm your host, Monica Carter Tagore. Chase Your Star is about pursuing that thing which guides you from the inside, the thing that makes you shine. Whether it's a purpose, passion, or calling, each week, join me for information to leave you inspired and ready to chase your star. Let's get to it. Hello and welcome to Chase Your Star. I am Monica Carter Tagore. So happy you are here with me today. Today I want to speak with you on the topic of value. How to find value when you're feeling pretty low. I want to speak with you on this topic today because we all go through periods of life where we're not feeling at our highest. We're not in the best mood. We're not feeling that great about who we are and what we're doing, and sometimes even the space we take up. We're feeling pretty low for whatever reason. But I want to let you know that even when you are feeling low, even when you're feeling that there's no value in what you're doing or even who you are, that you're wrong. There is value. There is value in who you are. There is value in your experience. You see, my son, I have a son who is 6 years old, and he is a bright boy. He is mature beyond his years even. And sometimes, as 6-year-olds do, and unfortunately as we all do, sometimes he does things he should not do. And sometimes he gets into trouble. And of course for him, he would much rather have a timeout, go spend a little time in timeout to rectify the behavior than to have a talking to. He doesn't necessarily want to have a talking to by mommy, but sometimes I do give him a talking to because I know there is value in having him to sit and to really think about what he has done, to actually have a discussion about that. For him, the emotional toll of a talking to can, I know, make him feel pretty low. And so I have to make sure that when I'm giving him his talking to, I don't pull his spirits down too far because I don't want that. I want to protect his emotions. I want to protect his heart. But I know that for him, he's a child who really responds to emotions. If I give him a talking to and I tell him that I am really disappointed in the decision he made, I'm really disappointed in what he did, I'm really disappointed in the actions he took, oh my goodness, then that is really going to hit the spot for him. And he is going to feel not really good at that time. In fact, a talking to lasts for him a lot longer than a timeout. And so as I was thinking about how he approaches a talking to and just how those conversations can really make him think about what he has done, I wanted to bring that to you. Because just as I can see that my 6-year-old can sometimes feel pretty low after a talking to when I have made him see the error of his ways, or I have talked with him about being disappointed in the decision he's made, I know at 6 that his emotions can take him to a place where he is feeling a little bit bad. And I never want him to feel bad for a long period of time. So as I said, I measure my talking tos and I make sure that he's not in a place of feeling bad for very long and he's not feeling low for very long. Only in that moment so he can recognize the importance of being able to behave and make better decisions next time. But I take from his experience the fact that sometimes we as adults get into a place where we feel low for quite a while. We feel sad for quite a while. We feel upset for quite a while. We feel disappointed in our actions, in our behaviors, in ourselves for quite a while. So what's to be done? If you are in a position where you are feeling low, where you're feeling that maybe your very life isn't worth anything, your experiences are not worth anything, there's no value in what you're doing, what can you do about it? Well, what you can do about it is you find value, even in those low places. And that's why I am talking with you today. I am speaking here of finding the value in your experiences. of finding the value in your story. You know how I feel about your intrinsic value, your value as a person. I've shared before in this podcast several episodes ago. You are enough. Simply because you were born, you are valuable simply because of that. Life chose you. There were odds against you making it. In fact, you might not have made it, but you did. You showed up. You are here, and you are having this life experience now. So you don't have to prove you're worthy. You don't have to prove you matter. You don't have to prove you have value. You have value simply because you showed up. You are enough. Just as you are enough because you showed up. So this podcast episode is not about you finding value in simply your worth, who you are. This is about finding value in the story you're living, in your life story, in the experiences you are having. So when you're feeling low because of a bad decision or because of circumstances, this podcast is about helping you to see the value in those experiences. But know that you are enough and you are worthy simply because you showed up. And because of that, you have value. If no one's ever told you before, or if you've not heard that podcast, know that I am telling you now. You have value. So now, let's get back to the value of your experiences. If you're feeling low because you wonder about the value of your experiences, this will help you get in a better place. This will help you feel better. This will help you get in a different mind space and to take it from a different perspective. This is how you find value even when you are feeling low. You ask yourself one question. What did I learn from this experience? You see, even if you've made a mistake, even if you've made a bad decision, even if you have made a bad call, if you can learn something from that, if you did learn something from that, then there's value. There is value in that experience. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not to suggest that you want to repeat that mistake, because when you make a mistake and you realize you've made a mistake, you don't want to repeat the mistake. So this is not to suggest that you want to repeat that mistake or that experience. This is simply to help you find value in that mistake or that experience. And let's just face it. Sometimes we make some big mistakes. We hurt others, we offend others, we make decisions where we have to live with the consequences of our own actions for quite a while. Those are huge mistakes that can have impacts over our very lives. So when you have made a mistake that has hurt someone you care about, that has offended someone, that has caused you to live with consequences for a while, you can feel pretty low because of that. You can feel pretty low because you know you created or contributed to that situation. But I don't want you to dwell in a place of feeling low. Because when you're dwelling in a place of feeling low, that doesn't serve you as well as being able to dwell in a place of finding value in that low experience or in the lesson from that experience. So if you are suffering the consequences of a mistake you've made, a poor decision you've made, an action you've taken, then again, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? And if you can find a lesson, there's value. So, I talk a lot about our life stories and the value in our life stories. Again, out of the 7 billion of us on this planet, no two of us have the exact same life story. And because of that, each of us can bring something different to the table. We may have similar experiences, but we may approach them in vastly different ways. We may take from them vastly different things. And because of that, we can bring different value. And often, whenever we are going through something tough, it is life's way of creating value, of teaching us some kind of lesson. Sometimes it's a lesson we need to learn for implementation in our own lives. Sometimes it's a lesson we need to learn so we can help others in their lives. That's the value in our experiences, even in our bad experiences or our mistakes. So when you have an experience that makes you feel pretty bad, think about that. Think about what lesson came out of that. And you can even ask a few other questions. You can say, what caused me to make this decision in the first place? And what lesson did I learn from this experience that will cause me to make a different decision next time? Answering those questions can help you see the value in that experience. And from there, you can make better decisions the next time. If you find that you're making the same mistake over and over again, then you haven't quite learned the lesson. So you've got to go back to the drawing board to see what lesson life is trying to teach you so that you can stop having that same experience. So you can stop making those same mistakes. So you can stop taking those actions. Finding the value in your experience is important because you are important and your story is important. And unless you're finding the lessons, blessings, and messages and big ideas coming from your story, then you're missing something. You're leaving something on the table. Life is here teaching you. Life is teaching you what you need to be able to move forward. Life is teaching you what you need to be able to help someone else move forward. I will take my own experience with breast cancer right now. As I've shared with you before, I'm on a healing journey of breast cancer, and I'm so grateful that I am on a healing journey, and my treatment will be over very soon. And I take from this experience, tough as it has been, lessons. I take a lesson of a healthier lifestyle. I really am conscious of what I'm eating now. I want to make sure that I'm eating foods that are building me up and that are beneficial to me. And so I take from that lessons about lifestyle, lessons about how I'm eating. I'm more active, of course. I try to manage my stress a bit better, even though some days I do better than others. I try to get more rest. I have built rest into my lifestyle, though, of course, that is a work in progress because there are times when I probably go more than I should. So I am taking from this breast cancer healing journey lessons for a lifetime, lessons that I am using to be a part of my healing now, and lessons I know that I will be able to share with others so they can use in their lives in some way in the future. So even though I could have approached this breast cancer healing journey from a place of feeling low and sad and scared and all those other emotions that are very valid, I am looking at it to see what lesson does life teach me coming out of this? How can I use this experience to help myself and to help someone else? What is the value of this experience? The value is in the lessons. The value is in the fact that I get a new shot at life. The value is in the new life that I have created. So no matter what kind of experience you're having, if it makes you feel low, go back and ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? Because what you learned is something that you can use to help yourself and something you can use likely to help others who are in a similar position or who are dealing with some of the same issues. You see, with every learning experience, there's the possibility of growth. Renowned psychologist Carol Dweck did a lot of study on mindset, and she came up with the concepts of fixed mindset and growth mindset. And with a fixed mindset, you just see life just as it is. I can't grow. There's no room for improvement. I'm just stuck where I am. A lot of people are living with a fixed mindset. When they encounter something, when they have an experience, when they experience a low, they just see that as life as just how it is. I can never improve. I can never get better. I can never do anything about this. I'm just stuck here. And that fixed mindset keeps them stuck. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's something that's self-perpetuating. They feel that they will be stuck. They think they will be stuck, and so they are stuck. But she also discusses in her work the growth mindset. And a growth mindset helps you see the possibility for growth. So when you are in a position where you're suffering the consequences of your actions, where you're feeling low, where you're feeling as if you've made decisions that have put you in a certain position, approach that from a growth mindset. See the growth possibility there. See where you can learn from that and you can grow from that and you can go from that. When you approach your situation from a growth mindset, you will be in a better position to, number one, lift your spirits. Number two, see the value in what you do. And number three, see how your experience fits into the bigger picture of your life, how that particular experience fits into the bigger picture of your life and how it is moving you forward. So approach your life and your experiences from a growth mindset. See that you're not stuck. You're never stuck. If you can learn something from an experience, then you can grow from that experience. And if you can grow from that experience, then it's not wasted. And not only that, but you can improve your circumstances. You can get better. You can help someone else get better. That's the power of a growth mindset. And so I encourage you to explore the idea of a growth mindset. Ask yourself, do I feel stuck or do I feel the potential for growth? Do I see the opportunity for growth? If you can learn something from your experiences, even when you feel pretty low, even when you're feeling pretty bad, even when you're feeling pretty disappointed in what you've done, if you can learn something, you can grow. And if you can grow, you can get better. There is value in your experiences. There is value in your life. Even when you're going through something pretty tough, even when you're going through something pretty bad, there is value there if you can figure out the lesson. And when you figure out the lesson, you figure out the value of that experience. The value. So while my 6-year-old spirits may bounce back pretty quickly, I certainly see to that. I know sometimes the spirits of us as adults don't bounce back as quickly. And that's why I wanted to share this message with you today. I want you to get out of that place of feeling low. I want you to feel better about what you're doing, where you're going, and the possibilities for your life. Yes, my 6-year-old, he may feel low for just a brief moment, but I know sometimes we as adults, we feel low for quite a while. And now within this message, I hope you find the explanations and the inspiration so that you can get out of that low place and you can see the value in your experiences and you can see the opportunities for improvement in your life, the opportunities for growth in your life, and the opportunities for you to be able to help someone else through what you have experienced. Your life has value. You are worthy of your life. You are worthy of the opportunities of your life. You are worthy of having a story you can share. You are worthy of sharing your story because somebody needs to hear it, because somebody can grow from your experience. So if you're feeling low, if you've been feeling low for a while and you've been wondering just what you have to contribute, know that there's a lot you have to contribute. There's a lot of value you bring because of the worth of your experiences and because of your life story. And there you have it. This week's inspiration to help you go out and chase your star. For more free resources and other information, be sure to visit my website at monicacartertagore.com/newsletter. Join my mailing list and get my free audio training, How to Tell Your Story and Get Noticed. Go there now at monicacartertagore.com/newsletter. Join the mailing list, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside of my community.